Oh, I got a real question for you. So how do you keep the balance? Like when you do a story, there's times where I've been mad at you. And like, how do you keep the balance and know how to move? Like, I'm gonna give you the perfect example. Trap Lord Ross did a story on Central C.
Yeah.
Central C didn't like it, and I think it was Complex Con, and he was there, but I seen Trap Lord, they told him some big dude came and told him get the fuck out of here with the camera. So I didn't see Trap Lord Ross with security. So like, how do you keep the balance of like being safe as a person that is like on YouTube and running around like a Vlad TV or a Trap Lord Ross, where artists might fucking have it out for you, you know?
Well, I just had Trap Lord Ross on my show recently. And do you know who protected Trap Lord Ross that day?
Who?
My security.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's good.
Those are my people that protected him. And what happened was, he had taken some shots at Central C. He had basically said like that, you know, he's one of the best artists creatively, but realism, you know, it's all fake. That, you know, that he has no real,
I've seen the story, and it was around album time, so it was kind of like for artists to see that around the time albums dropping.
Right. And you know, he ran into him, and they kind of like did a little, you know, half-hearted handshake. You know, Central C kind of shook his hand, but Central C's manager started pressing him. Was like, yo, get the hell out of here. What are you doing here? Blah, blah. But do you think,
this is what I'm saying, how do you keep the balance? Don't you think Trap Lord Ross should have stayed away from Central C knowing he did that story?
That's what I told him. I said that, like, if you know that someone doesn't like you, you should probably not approach them. Like, so for example, when we were backstage, at the side of the stage of the NBA YoungBoy show, and I saw Jim Jones, last I checked, Jim Jones didn't like me. So I'm not talking to Jim Jones. Now, oddly enough, Jim Jones comes up to me and puts out his hand and shakes my hand. I'm like, okay, I'll shake your hand. Like, but I wasn't the one to do it first because I didn't know what type of time he was on. But when I go out to events like that, I have security.
Like when you go to NBA YoungBoy concert, you had security, obviously.
Well, I didn't have security, but I was with Academics, and his security was like looking out for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because Academics is smart enough to stay with security.
No, because when I've seen that, if no one had security, I wouldn't have gone.
Right.
I wouldn't have gone. But you know, Academics like, yo, we got you. This is gonna be a cool vibe, whatever. I got to meet Birdman face to face for the first time. We've been talking for like 2 years. And no, it was cool. But yeah, but I don't go, like, for example, when I went to Hollywood Unlocked Awards, my security was at the table with me. I'm not fucking around.
Right.
I was one of the only people there with security.
Well,
you know something?
I've came to Vlad TV and seen like armed security here.
Yeah.
So I just sometimes there
was security with you the first couple of interviews before I got to know you.
Yeah, it was armed security always here. And I always see how you move, and you move sturdy, and to have armed security license. And I just know you just got to keep the balance. Like when I seen the guy tell Trap Lord to get the fuck out of here, I'm like, how do you know how to judge shit? Because it's like, you an artist, you might not think you diss the artist, you're just giving an opinion, but a person could be mad that it's coming from Vlad TV.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
So I'll tell you a story. This is some real shit that happened to me. 2013, I'm in New Orleans for All-Star Weekend, and I remember I had ran into Drake for the first time maybe a couple months before then at a Beats by Dre party. And I'm like, he was walking by me, I introduced him, I was like, oh, what up, Vlad? For Vlad TV, he's like, hey man, stop dissing me on your show. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't diss you. Like, I love Drake. So then we ran into him again in New Orleans, and I remember I met Chubbs, like his right-hand man, and I introduced myself and whatever. We exchanged numbers, and me and Drake took some photos. I thought everything was cool. But then Chubbs, and we were all on the stage together, right? At this club, and I'm at the end of the stage. My security, I had this Navy SEAL dude with me, and he was sort of like a little bit below me. He wasn't standing next to me, so it looked like I didn't have security. So Chubbs walks up to me, and he had a couple people with him, and he gets in my face, and he was like, yo, what's up with all that shit you talking about my man Drake?
Right.
I said, what are you talking about? He goes, no, you know what you're talking about? I said, I've never said shit about Drake. I've had people on my show that have said certain things, but I've never said anything. He's like who? I said, like Charlamagne. Well, that's on you too. So then at that point, I turn around and I wait for my security to come over. So he's like, yeah, call your people. And like things are starting to escalate now, right?
Right.
And this is back when You know, Drake and Meek Mill were cool, so there's a bunch of Dream Chasers dudes around that started kind of like seeing what was going on. So my security got in the middle of us and was like, yo, what's going on? And then like at that point, they all backed up. And I'm like, yo, let's go. Like, it's time to go. So we get up out of there, and my security guy was like, yo, I want to go back there and confront him. I said, are you fucking crazy right now? Like, we walked away from that. That could have gone bad. I'm not going to have you go back there and then next thing you know, things are even escalated further. But yeah, if I go somewhere where there's a bunch of rappers that I have mentioned or whatever else, I'm always going to bring security with me. I'm never going to be, there by myself.
Right.
And you saw with Trap Lil Ross, that's the type of shit that happened. But, people like him would call me up and be like, yo, do you have anyone? And I'd refer my people to him to keep them,
No, because I mean, all you're doing is you're really just spreading news that's out there already. I think people just take it personal when it comes from certain people. So I just wanted to ask you to balance, like, you do a story on somebody and you could, or say something and you might forget and you go say what's up, like how you keep that balance there, because I just seen that, recently happen.
Yeah, I mean, I try to remember, man. I try to be conscious of people that I think I have a problem with, and I'm rarely surprised. I mean, out of nowhere, Fivio Foreign was like, man, fuck Vlad TV. And I'm like, I don't even know where this came from, but, I'm like, I'm calling him Fivio Fall Off. Like, I'm responding to him.
Damn.
I said, I don't know why Fivio Fall Off is dissing me. I didn't know he's still rapping.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, yo, why don't you get mad at, I said, don't be mad at me. Get mad at your last album going triple plastic.
Right.
Like you look at the views on that, it's horrible. But, so I'll just talk my shit. So I don't know. If I run into Fivio, is it a problem? Or are we just going to laugh it off? I don't know. I'm not going to take the risk, though.
Yeah, you're going to obviously have security with you. You're moving.
I'm going to have security with me. And I'm just, if I see him, if me and Fivio are backstage at some show together, I'm not going to say anything to him. Right? I'm going to tell my security, hey, listen, me and this dude had a little bit of social media back and forth. I don't know how serious it is, but we're just going to be over here and just keep an eye on him.
Right.
Now, if he walks up to me and the energy cool, we can have a conversation, we can laugh it off, but I'm not going to approach him because I'm not sure what it is.
Right, because you like me,
happened.
I'll learn from you. I'm just going to pop mad shit when if I ever have a podcast and just hire security. Fuck it.